What's up, everybody? Welcome to Narcocop MMA. I am your host, Mike, along with my co-host, Brandan Olivas. This is Dana White's Contender Series, week number 4. We actually crushed it last week, man. I think we called every single one. All the favorites won. I guess I didn't crush with my boy Sosa. He didn't look as good as I thought he's gonna look. But honestly, he came through that adversity, and still props to him for finishing that guy in round 3. And he said in his interview he wasn't expecting this guy to shoot on him, and he completely surprised them with the grappling. So kind of believe him, honestly. He looked, going for that stupid Kimura over and over, got him in those stupid spots. I do think that other dude did the Brazilian tap a couple of times. But yeah, man, I'm still very high on the guy. I think he has a bright future in the UFC. And yeah, I think Perez, or what's his name? Perez, I think he's going to get back into the UFC. I really, truly believe it was just a bad matchup. And he still looked good.
I got scared. I pulled out my bets only for Sousa to go back and win. It pissed me off. So I ended up losing a little money because of that.
Yeah, I mean, all the other guys, basically one-sided matchups. It was criminal with Trent Miller in the main event. What the hell was that, dude? Like, that was a bad one-sided beating where Miller did nothing but take a pounding. Are you there? I think it's Brandon is frozen here. Not sure what happened. His camera's frozen. Oh, there you go. We got him back. Well, he's back. Nope, he's frozen again. Brandon, can you pay for your internet, please?
Wi-Fi. It should be fine. Yeah, it should be good. Okay, I think we're good.
You're still. There you are. You're back. We're
good. We're good.
Trent Miller, probably one of the worst Dana White Contender Series appearances ever. It's one of the worst, honestly.
I didn't get to see the fight, but I can imagine how it went because I know Trent Miller very well.
Dude, it was bad. Alec Lorenz probably shouldn't have been there. A bunch of guys. Damon Wilson got his ass kicked for the most part.
This week's not any different. Well, on a couple fights.
No. This week is way more competitive, I think, than last week was probably one of the biggest setup cards outside of the Perez fight. Every other one was like a setup, I felt like.
I think there's 2 or 3 complete mismatches on this card.
I agree with you. I think there's 2 for sure.
2 for sure. 3 maybe, and it depends.
3 we'll talk about, but shout out to everybody in chat. We have 116 in here.
Your beard looks sharp today. It looks very clean today.
Yeah, I had to clean it up before I went to Vegas. I just got back. I had a short 1.5 day trip and made it back on Saturday morning. I actually left early because let me tell you a story, bro. So I get there. I have to say this before we start.
This is my talkative time. This is typically when we shoot our podcast. And if they know our podcast, we go forever. So
I got a great story for you. So I get there Thursday afternoon. I get down there. I'm gambling a little. The casino's kind of busy, but nothing crazy. In there, have a couple of drinks and this and that, a couple old fashions. I'm feeling good. I'm gambling. I'm up a little. I'm down a little. Whatever. Friday rolls around. I go do the same thing. And now I'm starting to see the crowd change a little. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? I'm seeing like a bunch of like 20, 21-year-olds. I'm like, what's going on? They're starting to roll in, right? By Friday night, it's fucking slammed with 20 and 21-year-olds all over the place, like everywhere. I'm talking by the thousands, dude. I'm like, you can't walk anywhere. They're going absolutely crazy over there. And I'm like, what's going on? So I talked to the dealer, what the fuck is going on today that all of a sudden she goes, man, you came on the worst weekend. I go, why is that? She goes, this is called senior college night. All the fucking 21 and 20-year-olds are in town. It's a thing, I guess, for Labor Day weekend, bro. And you literally could not fucking walk. This would be perfect.
Hey, I thought you and me were cool. Why wouldn't you send me a text and say, get out here right now?
That's where I fucked up. I should have called you. I should have called, my nephews from Chicago and be like, guys, you guys got to be here. This is not a place for me, but it's a place for you guys.
It's a meat market. Let's go.
So, bro, it was insane. And everybody's half dressed. Like, it was just fucking crazy. I'm like, I got to get out of here. So I made an early fucking flight. I told my wife, I'm like, I got to get the fuck out of here. This is not for me.
Yeah, you're a good man. You're a good man.
So, yeah. That was my story for Vegas. Ended up losing a little bit, but if anybody's in their 20s and they want to have a good time in Las Vegas, make sure you guys go for Labor Day weekend.
I missed it, man. That was the big opportunity.
That was the opportunity. All right. With that being said, let's start out. First fight of the night. Actually, very good fight. It is the 8-0 Tommy McMillan.
I'm going to have to be a little careful here. I'm going to have to be a little careful. I'm going to have to be a little careful on a couple of these.
7-0 David Magoyan. Very good matchup between two undefeated fighters. One is from the great state of Arizona, training here at Red Hawk Academy. The other one, I guess he's an ATT guy, but do you want to kick us off here or you want me to start?
Yeah, I'll kick us off. I'm sure Tommy will end up coming back to watch this at some point. So let me say this. This is a very, very high-level matchup. Tommy used to train with us at Fight Ready. I actually never trained with Tommy at Fight Ready. When he was at Fight Ready was during my hiatus. But the thing that Santino would always say about Tommy, and to this day will say this, blue chip prospect. That's what he always says. He's a 4-time state champion. He's looked great. And there's a lot of questions about his cardio. And this is something that I can actually talk about because I've sparred with him. And Kamwela sparred with them. And I think Bryce Logan from Fight Ready is doing a lot of his sparring rounds and just told me about him the other day. At least from what I hear, he can do 3 rounds, no problem. Here's my one issue with this fight. So a couple things. One thing to keep in mind, he's a lot bigger than David. David, to me, looks like he could honestly make 135. Tommy, not small. He looks like he could probably be comfortable at 55. And being in there with him, he's a big guy. I think here's for me, this is how it's going to go. I think Tommy's going to try really, really hard to be super aggressive, back him up. And I see him overextending on punches. And there's a couple fights that David Mgoyan looked really good at ducking underneath the punches. Honestly, the most impressive fight I've seen on him in his whole record. It was this fight, the Nazihidimin Sultanov. That fight, Jesus Christ, that was his second fight on his pro record. Unbelievable. Like, just beat the hell out of that guy. I think I'm just going to see Tommy trying so hard to knock him out, knock his head off. I think David's going to lower his level. I think he's going to wrestle, eventually get him down. I like the over in this fight. I like over a round and a half. I kind of like Magoyan by decision, but I think this is going to be a very close fight. There is one thing that did concern me a tad bit was round 3 against John De Jesus. Now, John De Jesus is a fine fight. I mean, he's a good fighter. Like, he's a lot better than his record. He moves super well. He's got a very good game for defending takedowns and counter-striking. But round 3, he started stopping the takedowns, and he started stalking David, and he actually hurt David round 3. And I look at John De Jesus, and I look at Tommy McMillan. Tommy's a much better wrestler than John, right? If he can stop one takedown round 1, one takedown round 2, and he's still stalking with that same pressure, I think Tommy hits a lot harder than John De Jesus. He's a lot more aggressive than John De Jesus. He's a lot bigger than John De Jesus. Those are all going to cause issues. That being said, Magoyan is nasty, man. His hands are insanely fast. He can wrestle his ass off. He never gets tired. I just am confused about the size. I just don't understand why he's fighting at 145 because he's not to me, he doesn't look like a 45er. He's small. I think Magoyan wins. I think this is a very close, very competitive fight. I like Magoyan to win by decision.
All right. Well, I got news for you. He's not as small as you. Oh, you didn't see the face-offs, obviously.
I just saw it. He was way smaller.
No, he's like an inch or inch and a half, 2 inches max shorter.
Trust me, an inch is a lot. Trust me.
I'm saying I thought he was going to be way smaller. Like, he's not that much smaller than Tommy McMillan. Now, I honestly thought he was going to look substantially smaller there at face-offs. And either Tommy is not what they say he is, or this guy is taller than what they say he is. So
I have a story for you. Do you want to hear this quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So before Sean O'Malley fought fought Marab the first time, that's when they brought in me and Haley Alatang to go over and spar with him. So we both did rounds with him. Dude, I was dog tired. Sean's it's a world champion. You know, it's not the easiest round of sparring. I'm exhausted. I'm giving him everything that I have. I'm taking my tape off, all this stuff. I'm getting ready to go home. I'm done. And then Tim Welch comes up and goes, "Hey, you got one more for Tommy?" I was like, no, I don't. He's not my size. I'm a 25er. He's a 45er. No, thank you. And they go, no, just go do it anyways. So I get in there and Tommy beats my ass. And then the next week I wake up to the Tommy Gunn Mafia Chronicles, where it's just a video compilation of him just beating the shit out of me and Haley, who just did all these rounds with Suge. Like we're giving everything we have for him. And then he just beats the shit out of us. So that was not that cool. And it kind of upset me because Tommy used to DM me all the time asking for like gambling advice, like bets, like, hey, do you think this will hit? So I thought we were like chill and cool. And then he does that. I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
He set cool. You up, dude. What the fuck?
It's episode 4 if you guys want to watch me get beat up.
Yeah, that's a setup. That doesn't sound cool, but yeah, I was kind of surprised, honestly, with the size. I didn't think Magoyan was going to be that close in size to McMillan. But, you know, one thing that impressed me with Magoyan is, man, he's relentless with his wrestling. He's very good at you know, if you get back up, he's going to re-wrestle, get you right back down to the mat. And, bro, some of those fucking pickups and slams, I mean, he looks very, very strong. The other thing is De Jesus is a pretty big guy as well. Like, he's not a smaller guy, 5'10", 5'11", so he's probably similar in size to Tommy. Obviously, like you mentioned, his wrestling's probably not up to par with Tommy, but, you know, I
doesn't use it much.
You know, the thing we talk about is, I talk about at least, is the levels in fighting, the levels in jiu-jitsu, the levels in wrestling. And I do think there's a different level here when it comes to wrestling with Magoyan, you know, training with Arman all his life, apparently. And you could see it, man. The guy is just super strong. And the one thing, someone mentioned this, and I think people need to watch this right here. Ansar Kamzayev is an absolute stud of a fighter right now. And if you watch that fight in the amateurs, Magoyan absolutely grapple fucked that kid.
Hey, Narco, really quick, just don't ever bring that guy who just commented. Don't put him up on the screen again, please.
Oh, you don't like that guy?
Lucky me? No, hell no.
Okay, lucky me. You are not allowed to go on the screen anymore. I have no idea what's going on.
I'm just kidding. He watches my house. Like he stays at my house all the time.
Okay, so I don't know if you watched that fight, that Kamzayev fight, but man, he just completely top pressure. Like, you could tell this guy's grappling is just on another level, man. The wrestling,
it is, but there's one thing that is not good. His wrestling and chain wrestling is phenomenal, but in that Sultana fight, I think it was the Sultana fight. It might have been a different one, but there was a couple times where he didn't know a lot of leg lock entries. I think jiu-jitsu at some point is going to get Magoyan. You guys aren't going to like this, but that little Indian dude from the other day, he beat Magoyan. Come on.
But you know, what I do like from Tommy is I do think he has pretty nasty guillotines, front chokes. I know he's doing them against low-level guys, but it seems like he is pretty nasty with them. You know, he's probably not going to get a guy like Magoyan with those just because of the grappling is so good, the wrestling is so good. He's probably going to just, if he tries to go for those, he's probably going to end up on his back and probably inside or something, or half guard. But you know, the other concerns with Tommy is, like, you know, you mentioned it. I do think he overextends, you know, trying to take people's heads off. The other thing is, no one's really even fucking tried to grapple this guy, bro, at all. And, like, yes, you know, maybe his grappling in training, you know, 3 rounds. I wasn't there, obviously. You guys are saying he can go 3 rounds. But, like, the grappling from this guy is different, man. Like, I truly believe Magoyan has different type of grappling. And he's probably going to get this guy tired, McMillan. You know, there's something to be said when, you know, since 2019, you've never even been out of the first round, dude. Like, you can train all you want in sparring and practice. But
to be in a real fight against a good guy is different.
Yeah, man, it's very different. And I feel like this guy Magoyan has been 3 hard rounds of grappling and you know,
and he doesn't slow.
Yeah, he doesn't slow. And also, I don't think his striking, he's not like one of those Russian sniffers that can't strike at all. I think this guy can strike. Obviously, he shouldn't be striking in this fight. I think he should be grappling. But because McMillan, that's his path, I think, on the feet, like starching.
I would
this guy,
agree,
right?
but Mgoyan's hands are a lot faster. The only thing with Mgoyan is he doesn't really throw with a lot of power. He's more of like he's gonna light you up, and he's fast to the target, but he doesn't sit down on his punches a lot.
One time he did, and he dropped the dude. Who was it with the overhand right? He dropped him bad. I think it might have been De Jesus, actually. He dropped him with an overhand right. Really, really bad. But yeah, man, I'm high on this kid Magoyan, man. 21 years old. That's the only thing that scares me. That one thing, 21-year-old.
But 21 is different in there. Matt, look at Armin. He came in. How old was he when he fought?
Yeah, he was super young. 20 maybe. I think he was 20 when he fought Makhachev on short notice. He was 20 years old, dude. And he competed, right? So, yeah, I think this Magoyan guy is the goods, man. I truly do. And I agree with you, though. I think over
1.5 is crazy.
Why is this show short? Like, it's like,
well, don't talk about it because now they're going to change the line.
Yeah, I mean,
this show moves the market.
So this show definitely moves the market. What is it? What is it right now? Actually, it's actually moved. It's already 155. And moving. Yeah, it was plus 130 on the opener for the over 1.5. They really thought that one or the other was going to finish. I guess more Tommy McMillan because he's round one guy. But
hey, somebody just sent me a picture of the face-off. Dude, he's a lot smaller. I don't know what you're talking about. He's a lot smaller.
That's
Come
like
on.
an inch. That's like 2 inches max.
2 inches is a lot, and look how much more filled in he is. I don't know. Magoyan's small. He doesn't cut a lot. I can tell he doesn't cut a lot.
Back on that dude. Magoyan, man. Come on. He's a beast. All right. Let's move on. Fight number 2. It is in the, what division is this? Flyweight division. It is the 14-2. Eduardo Chapelene Henrique versus the 7-1 and Tuan Ho. And I will kick this one off. Currently, Chapelene minus 145, and the comeback on Antoine Ho is plus 125. I think this is a good matchup. Honestly, it's a pretty damn good matchup here. Chapelene, the thing that I look at here is experience. There's a lot more experience and high level experience on one side with Chapelene, right? He's got 16 professional fights. He's fought some really, really good guys in the amateur scene, fought a bunch of times on LFA. He's the current LFA champion, fought on Tough. Obviously, the Tough look, where he got subbed by Joseph Morales is not the best look, but man, Joseph Morales is a really good grappler. He's a really good wrestler. He's the coach at Team Alpha Male for jiu-jitsu. So the guy is really good on the ground. He got his back. He subbed him. Bad look, right? But when you go back and look at that Tough series and how much DC raves about this Chapelene guy, saying he's going to be a star in the UFC, he's like literally bragging about him the entire time. Prior to him even fighting, he was the number 1 pick. He was the number 1 guy for flyweight, blah, blah, blah. And he ends up laying a goose egg, right? He comes out on LFA and puts the Canadian dude to sleep with 1 punch. And what I've noticed, bro, like this guy for flyweight hits very fucking hard.
So hard.
It's crazy. He puts guys to sleep with 1 punch a lot, very often, right? What I like is the extension with his striking. He extends combos, bro. 3, 4, 5. The way he caught this dude was like on the 4th punch with this Lozage guy. He didn't even see it, and he fucking put him to sleep with 1 punch. He is very hittable, which is obviously a bad trait to have, I think, because he wants to put his hands on you. I've seen him hurt in fights. Bittencourt, I believe, dropped him in that fight where he lost. So he is susceptible to getting hit, right? And Antoine Ho, I do think, has also power in his hands. He's pretty explosive. He's an explosive guy. I mean, he can definitely, put guys out. The problem I have with Antoine Ho is a big problem. He's always trying to look perfect in the cage, bro. He's trying to land that perfect punch, the perfect knee. There's not enough volume for me on the feet. And the other thing that really put me off with Antoine Ho is the first time he ever faced a really good fighter, and he's a really good fighter, don't get me wrong, in Dana White's Contender Series, Loner Kavanaugh, who I think hits hard, but doesn't hit as hard as Chapelene, in my opinion, puts him to sleep with one punch. And Brandan, we talking about getting knocked out, but my fucking God, I mean, he was asleep, bro. Eyes rolled back, completely out like a light. And you don't like to see that at flyweight, especially. And now he's facing a guy that's put a lot of guys to sleep with one punch. I'm very afraid for Antoine Ho here. I think he's live potentially to maybe hurt Chapelene, maybe even get him out of there early. But I think Chapelene probably finds his chin, and I think Chapelene is going to knock him out. I like the extension in his combos, and I think Antoine Ho, trying to look perfect, not throwing enough volume, he's going to pay for it in this fight, in my opinion. So even though Chapelene is short notice, I know he's got people talking about weight cuts, this and that. I think he'll look fine at weigh-ins. And I don't think the grappling is going to matter here. That's my other thing. I don't think Ho is going to have like some kind of huge wrestling grappling edge here. So give me Chapelene here by knockout, in my opinion. I think he's going to knock out Ho.
I'm not gonna say too much about this because I have a history with On. You guys want the tea, the Arizona guys. I'm pretty sure On Ho and I are Eskimo brothers, so we're connected somehow, some way. You know what I mean? I've trained with him a lot. When I started training with him, he was a white belt of all white belts. Like, you think of a submission, you could just try it on him. Like, it's just target practice. He has improved a lot since then. Obviously, he moved over to the lab. Tino was not putting up with this shit. Every day he'd show up late and high to practice, and Tino's like, get the fuck out of here. He was not about that. So eventually him and Chance, EK, and all those people moved over to the lab. I think it's been really beneficial for him. Like, he definitely, has found his rhythm. He's good. I actually think people are being a little bit hard on him. I'm reading in some boxing discords. People really don't like his striking. His striking's good. You guys are kind of tripping. Like, for MMA, he's a good striker. You're right, though. He's always trying to be perfect. And if you look at his record, I mean, Latchman, Edwin Dos Santos, the Mongol that hadn't fought in forever, like, he's not fighting good guys. Sanson was an okay win, but if Sanson makes one decision differently, he probably wins that fight. I mean, it's a very close fight. In each round, just one small little hip switch. My issue with On is a couple things. Is one, again, this boxing Discord, please don't ever go on a boxing Discord trying to talk MMA. They just have no concept. They go, man, he's such an explosive, amazing grappler. And I'm like, wait a minute. That's how you're describing On as an amazing grappler? Like, that's not what I'm seeing. He makes a ton of mistakes grappling, and he is always trying to be perfect, and he's trying to hit switches and knee bars. He just does too much. That's not right. Now, here's where I think there could be some issues. Chapelene is fucking nasty. Chapelene is a big problem for a lot of guys. He carries power like I haven't really seen at flyweight before. And the reason is because he kind of swings from his hip. If you look, like, he's throwing the punches. They're all wide punches. He's all swinging from the hip. So one thing I think he has to watch out for is round one is going to be extremely dangerous for him. I think On slows down quite a bit, especially when forced to grapple or when forced to use a high volume. I think he slows a lot. I think rounds 2 and 3, Chapelene going to melt him. But round one, I'm going to tell you this, On is very sharp. On is very sharp in round one. He is very clean. He makes reads. I think his hands are a lot faster than Chapelene's, and he's a lot quicker to the target. So what I would say is I like Chapelene by knockout. I've been saying it all week. Personal experience, I don't think On's chin is great. Just personal experience, I don't think On's chin is awesome. But he's dynamic, and he knocks out a lot of guys in the first round. And Chapelene swings from the hip, and he's going to come forward, and he's going to try to kill him, and he's going to try to make a big, impression for DC and Dana and stamp his contract. The issue is he can get hit too, and he can get hurt also. I think fight ends by knockout is probably a safer play. I think one way or the other, someone's going to sleep. I think round one, it's On. I mean, honestly, either one of them could go out in the first round, but I definitely think On has a good shot round one. Round 2, round 3, I think as that cardio slips, that defense slips, and that chin slips next. So I like Chapelene, but I would just say be a little cautious just in that first round. Kind of let the fight develop. It might be a better live bet, especially because the number is already so close.
Yeah, I agree with you. Javi's asking any concerns back-to-back weight cut, short notice, 14-week prep for Ho at the lab. For
I mean,
me,
here's what I'm going to say about that. Like, I think Chapelene has 16 fights. On's got 8 fights. He knows how to cut weight. He's been around the block. He's done it a million times. Now, if you look at him, he's got all the guys who are on tough behind him. He's got DC behind him. He's got a big push. He's the LFA champion. He's got Tabitha. He's got Franginia. He's got all these people. On has been quiet as a church mouse. No one has heard from On. I saw On right after the loner fight downtown for First Friday. He didn't want to say a word to me. He just kind of looked. We just gave a little head nod and we kept on our business. He seems very focused. He seems very dialed in. But I don't think the weight cut is going to be too much of a deal, especially just with how they fight. It's not like Chapeline's going to go in there and grapple and gas out from grappling, 14-week prep, fine. But Chapelene just fought. So he's been prepping too. He's in shape. Didn't take too much time off, got the call. Like, I think that's overthinking it. I think you just got to think about fight styles.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I kind of thought the same exact thing. I think, like I said, I think Ho is dangerous. He is dangerous on the feet early. Scott, I mean, he was landing some in his Dana White Contender Series fight. It wasn't like it was completely one-sided fight, right? They were landing kind of back and forth, and he just got caught. But, man, I can't overlook how he got slept there, man. Like, really, really, really bad. And, again, like, I like Loner Kavanaugh. I think Loner Kavanaugh's good. I think he has some power. But when you watch Loner Kavanaugh throughout his career, right? I've watched all those fights, literally all the Cage Warriors. Scarano, that Sean Marcos guy. He's hurting guys, but no one's going out like that, bro. Like, no one's getting knocked out with his power like that. And going to sleep like that, fuck, man. It's just, it tells me your chin is not good. It just tells me you're not, either you're not seeing the punches right or your chin is just really bad.
Somebody did say this in the chat. They said he comes into the pocket a little bit reckless. From training with him for so long, I would agree with that statement, because even me, who's not a striker, still not a striker, he tends to get hurt when you come in reckless like that. And last thing I'm going to say about this too is the punch that dropped On that nearly killed him. It was like a sneaky, like, upward check left hook. It was just like boom, right up in the pocket. All that Chapelene throws is hooks. Like,
he has those, bro. He has
those. All he does is check hooks. He's nasty. That's the punch that put him out. That's the punch he didn't see. And I think a lot of that is because his right hand, he keeps his right hand super low. And so I've run into the same thing as people were throwing those big check left hooks. I get hit with them all the time because I don't raise my hand. I'm not slipping punches. It's not like traditional. He doesn't box traditionally. He's very MMA, which is why he's getting hit with that punch, especially because he doesn't put his hands up when he actually enters the pocket. If he's out, fine, it's cool. But, once you get there, it's time to put your hands up.
Yeah, that's his thing. He's like exploding in and out, and
I already discussed the Eskimo Brothers thing. All right, you're going to talk about him exploding in and out.
Like, why in the world does he not throw? Like, he just doesn't throw any volume. Just doesn't throw anything in front of his punches. I don't understand his fighting style. I guess because he's been putting people out like these lower levels. But like that's the thing. Like when what's his name extended the combo on him, he fucking killed him in Dana White's Contender Series. And honestly, that's all fucking Henrique does is extend combos. Every single time you're in that, he's throwing 4 punches, 5 punches, and then you're getting caught with the 4th and 5th one, and he's putting you to sleep. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be a fun fight, I think. I honestly think, like, if we get a good, like, under 2.5, like, alt line, which I think we will, I think is a good look for this fight. I think it's going to end one way or the other. It's probably going to end, and most likely it's Chapelene by KO, in my opinion, but
I would agree. I agree.
Let's move on. Fight number 3. It's in the lightweight division. It is the 13-3 Mandel. Rat garbage, bro. Rat garbage Nalo versus the 13-4-1 Samuel Silva. Good fight here, in my opinion. What do you like here, Brandon?
Okay, well, one, he's not called Rat Garbage anymore. I just pulled up his Tapology. He now goes by Mango. Mandel Mango Nalo.
UFC might have told him no rat garbage here.
Why? That's the coolest. That is literally the coolest nickname in MMA. I love Rat Garbage.
But he just said awesome. In an interview, he just said they asked him about it and he talked about it. Like, I don't understand why he changed it now. He literally just changed it too. That Mango. That's had to have been the last couple of days. like crazy.
I'm just seeing on Tapology. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing.
No, you're absolutely right. But that recently got changed.
So I have like a big experience with rat garbage. I used to scream rat garbage from the rooftops. I love rat garbage. Bellator days. This was on my come up. This was when I ran up to 100K and ran up to 1 million again. I was betting on rat garbage the whole time. Now, if we break down his record, okay, he beat Carrington Banks, Alec Williams, a lot of these guys super early on, especially when he was a lot younger. And these are all 7-4, 1-1, 1-0. These aren't like huge guys. Carrington Banks is a good win. It's fine. Then he loses to Keely's Mota by leg kicks. That was kind of a bad one. He has the no contest. He beats Ricardo Sexius, which was good. That was a good win. And then I remember watching the Nick Brown fight. And I'm like, that's the first guy who's even remotely kind of a grappler. And honestly, Nick Brown to me is not amazing. And ground and pound knocked him out. Then he beats my teammate Bryce. Good punch, caught him. He's a very sharp striker. He's very like precise. And then he loses to Adam Piccolotti like horribly. That was a bad fight for him. My issues with Mandel are a couple things. One, he's got okay takedown defense as first layer, but once he ends up on his back, he's there. He's going to stay for a little bit. He's going to be there for a ride. And then two, he hasn't fought anybody. I mean, Piccolotti in 2023 is fine, but since then he's fought just the biggest tomato cans ever. And now the thing that I actually loved about him so much was his like composure and how sniper-like he was, and his whole thing about being so high IQ, and I'm Canadian. I'm so much smarter and better than Americans. And then I watched his last fight against Robert Series, and the announcers are going, yeah, Robert doesn't like to cut weight because he wants to be home with his kids. This dude's fighting a civilian, and he's just like brawling it out with him, like just swinging it out in the early stages of that fight. I just think that Samuel Silva, like let's look at Samuel's record. He just beat the shit out of George Hardwick, and then he's fighting all these massive killers. Anderson Ferreira, 18-4, 13-3. 3-1, like all these guys on the Brazilian local scene. He's going to be pressured nonstop. He has takedowns. Like, I think the dude is nasty. I love Mandel, like as a fighter and personality. Here's the biggest thing that ever bothered me about him. He's talked about this many times, and I know you're an interview guy, and I remember this would always bug me. He goes, yeah, my wife is a doctor. I won. I did it. I don't really like fighting. I don't really have to do it. I just do it because. And when you get into that mindset that I don't have to, dude, why don't you ask Samuel Silva if he has to fight? Ask him that same question. What do you think he's going to say?
Yeah, I heard that actual interview, which is crazy that you mentioned it. Like they asked him, like, why has he been so inactive, right? And he mentioned exactly what you just said. He goes, my wife's a doctor. I don't really need to take fights. Like we have,
on his Instagram for like 5 years, all he was doing was posting like art for like 5 years. I would like try to look like, all right, is he training? Is he in the gym? All he's doing is posting art.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest. Like when I taped this one and it was plus 170, I mentioned in Discord, I'm like, I think it's Nalo at plus 170 here because, and here's my thinking here, not because I don't think Samuel Silva's a good fighter. I think he's a good fighter. I think he can grapple as well, which I was pretty impressed with his grappling when he decided to grapple. You know, my issue with Samuel Silva is he's literally getting hurt in every fucking fight, Brandon. This guy has no defense. He's getting hit clean all the freaking time. The Lidio fight, there's no, like 99% of the refs stopped that fight. He got dropped 3 times badly in round 1. He was literally out at one point, it looked like, and the ref just didn't stop it. He came back, and I disagree with the split. That first round was 10-8. There's no fucking question in my mind. That should have been a 10-8, and somehow one of the judges did not give it a 10-8, I guess. And he almost finished, by the way, he almost finished Lidio in round 3, but Lidio was like death gassed. But even in the Ferreira fight, man, he gets rocked 2 different times in that fight. You go back and you watch other fights, and he's just getting wobbled and hurt. Doin fight, he gets absolutely put out bad, face planted against that. And I know Guillermo Doin from ACA. This guy fights, and he's not really a big puncher, and I have no idea how he fucking face planted Samuel Silva there, like literally face first. And it's just over and over again. I mean, this guy's been knocked out twice, right? He's been hurt many, many times. And if there's one thing Mandel Nalo's good at is he's an extremely good striker, man. Like sniper. I call him a sniper, honestly.
I think
That's
he
how,
used to be, but now that last fight, that Sarah's fight, was really alarming to me because
I mean, I
the
don't think
rat garbage I know and love is gone.
No, I don't believe that. I still think he's a sniper, honestly. I really do. And the thing is, I rate the Hardwick win really well. I think he came in on short notice, right? 5 rounds, fought 5 hard rounds against George Hardwick. Now, the difference is, though, Brandon, is Mandel Nalo is a lot more defensively savvy than George. George Hardwick just walks into the pocket, swinging dicks. That's all he wants to do and break you. Eventually,
sometimes, but he has good defense too. He does move his head sometimes. He frames punches.
Sure, but
he parries a lot of punches.
He made Salwati look like a pro boxer, bro. Like he's getting lit up by Salwati.
Why are you going for Salwati? That's your guy. You better not. You better not.
But I'm like, Jesus Christ! Like you made Salwati look like a incredible striker. And listen, Salwati's good, but he's truly not an incredible striker. And that told me a lot about Hardwick's defense there. Like I'm like, damn, he must not be that good on the feet. And it was exposed a little by Silva there. Like Silva landed on him. Silva even, grappled him a little in that fight. And I think Silva honestly can grapple Nalo. Like you mentioned, when Nalo gets on his back, he now is starting to attack bullshit off his back. I don't think that's going to work against Silva.
He thinks he's a buggy choke jiu-jitsu guy, which is infuriating.
Yeah. And I do think his takedown defense is actually really good. Especially
the first layer is fine. The first layer is fine.
And he's one of those longer guys. He's bigger than at faceoffs. He was bigger than Silva. But now
he's never really been past like the first minute of the third round, though. That's the issue.
And that's I don't think his cardio is bad though. When you watch his tape, like his cardio, he's fine. It's just it seems like every time the fight extends, he cannot win. That's my issue.
Because he wears damage. He gets hurt every fight. That's the thing with Nalo. I love Nalo. Like, you guys, this is hurting my heart to pick a nasty Brazilian over rat garbage. Is breaking my heart, my actual heart. But you see these fights extend. He's 33 years old. Honestly, he should have been on Contender 3-4 years ago. I think that was his time to be on it. I think he was really good. I think he was motivated. He was younger. Just anytime a fight extends, losing to Nick Brown, Adam Piccolotti, like those guys aren't threats on the feet. Silva's at least going to be a threat on the feet, and he can take him down and grind him and hurt him. That dude is a dog. He just went 5 rounds with Hardwick, who's, I think UFC level. I think Hardwick's amazing. It's hard for me to get to Nalo's 33 and can't put together 15 minutes.
I will say he was kicking Mota's ass. Like he was up 2-0. And
I remember.
It was like a freak. Like it was one of those nerve, like calf kicks that just deadened the nerve. And to mention that, honestly, which we didn't say anything about, Samuel Silva has some nasty calf kicks. So he better be very, very fucking careful here against Samuel Silva because he does have pretty nasty calf kicks. And we've seen Nalo already go, get hurt with those.
I think he just gets discouraged when he starts getting hurt. That's the issue. He's sharp. And I think he's going to counter with the right hand as soon as those calf kicks come, which is a good attack. But I think if it doesn't put him out, if it doesn't put Samuel Silva out early, I think as this fight goes on, I think that rat garbage is going to get discouraged. He's another guy that doesn't have a lot of volume. He's a sniper, but he's not a high volume kind of guy.
100%. He's looking for the perfect shot, like we mentioned about Ho. He's literally the same thing. But I do think he's a very, very good striker, like extremely good. But yeah, it doesn't pump out a lot of volume, and he's looking for the perfect shot. He has a lot of power, by the way, like a lot of power. If he catches you flush, he can definitely drop you and hurt you.
I don't even know if him or on Ho have a lot of power. Their timing and precision is excellent. That's the thing. Right. I don't think Honest hit me a million times, and I've never been like, whoa, that dude's crazy. It's just the timing and the precision that's very important for both.
A shot that you won't see or something that hurts you, right? So it's the timing. Yeah, I mean, that could be it. And I really like Mandel Nalo striking, man. It's really, really good. And Samuel Silva is so fucking hittable, dude. Like, he better not sit there and eat these flush shots because I've seen him hurt. I've seen him drop.
So who are you picking? I don't know.
Well, current line right now, to be honest, I would probably lean Silva now at minus 140, 150. But if the line continues to creep back up to 170, I would take Nalo, honestly. I think the value is there at 170 just because of how hittable Silva is. He's getting into a war in every fucking fight, bro. Like, I get.
I just don't think Nalo's built for a war. I don't think Nalo's built for a war. That's the issue.
I agree. If the fight extends and it becomes a dirty, that's exactly what I said. I said, if this becomes a dirty fight, it's not good for Nalo. He needs a clean fight. He needs a fight on the outside, striking a little bit cleaner. And Silva doesn't fight like that.
He's not going to give him a clean fight. They're going to be in there swinging dicks. And I'm just going to say, whose dick you think is going to be bigger? The aggro Brazilian or the
definitely Silva. Definitely
Canadian.
Silva. But I do think Nalo's cleaner defensively. I do think Nalo hits. I do think Nalo's the better striker. But yes, intangibles definitely. I favor Silva for sure.
I agree. This is the fight that I was saying is like not so much a setup fight, but this is the one I think is close. But I think that Silva's kind of the A side. If this were Nalo 5 years ago, 3 years ago, dude, I'm like, you won't get me to shut up about Nalo. I love him.
All right. Let's move on. Fight number 4. It's in the middleweight division. It is the 6-0 Theo Haig versus the 15-3 Cezary Oleksiejczuk. And I will kick this one off. This fighter, man. Honestly, I think minus 290 is short. I'm saying this right now.
I agree with you so much. My God, and I've been getting heat for it. I think it's short by a long.
I love what I've seen from Cezary. Honestly, I love it. 25 years old. Long southpaw striker, very, very good mix of striking, man. Uppercuts, left hooks, straight punches down the pipe, beautiful straight left hand down the pipe. He mixes those punches everywhere, bro, to the body, head. Very, very good, honestly, takedown defense. I was very impressed with the sprawls, the pushing on the head. The one fight against that Russian guy or whatever the hell, Akhmatov guy, he stuffed every fucking takedown, man. Like literally, or observe. No, this guy, sorry. Agun Akhmatov, 24-4 guy, stuffed every single takedown there, bro. Like looked good. 5-round cardio. Very, very good cardio on him. I'm not concerned. 29 weeks at Fighting Nerds. What are you going to see from this guy? Nothing but improvements, dude. Nothing but fucking improvements. Very, very good, well-rounded fighter. In his only loss against Razulov, who, let's be honest, like this guy is a menace when it comes to the wrestling and grappling. This Razulov guy, 14-0, undefeated, fucking crazy good grappler when you watch his tape.
Oh, this is the guy in one championship now.
Yeah, I mean, he's a menace. Bro.
Yeah,
like this guy's a menace with his grappling. And, he took down Cezary a bunch, but round 3 he started stuffing takedowns. Started to put his hands on Razulov a little bit, and then eventually Razulov got him down again at the cage. Like I'm watching Theo Haig, and yes, he's got good back takes. He's got, I guess, good decent jiu-jitsu. He puts the body triangle. I'm gonna give him a little credit, Brandon. But like,
no, he's good jiu-jitsu. He's got good jiu-jitsu.
Who is he fighting? Like he's fighting very low-level guys. I guess Dylan DeBet's probably the best win. And I know that guy is from like Pura Vida. He's a wrestler, I guess, DeBet's, but has zero cardio. Like his cardio sucks. And, he won that fight via rear naked choke in round 2. But honestly, like the Wamsley fight in Bellator, like Wamsley is landing on this guy on the feet. He's stuffing some takedowns. Bro, Cezary's going to kill this dude. I feel very bad for Theo Haig here. His striking, he looks very, very uncomfortable on the feet. Against a killer like this, uncomfortable on the feet is bad fucking news. He's probably going to shoot panic takedowns. I honestly don't think he's going to even get Cezary down. I think his sprawls are good. I think he's going to keep it upright. I think 185, he fought a lot at 170. I think that weight cut had to have been pretty bad for Cezary. He's a big guy, bro. Like this guy is 6'3", almost an 80-inch reach. I think he's McCall, like he fights like his brother, but way more athletic, way more skilled everywhere. He even has a jiu-jitsu game, honestly. He attacks a lot of subs, this guy. And I don't want him doing that here, but, bro, he's just a better MMA fighter, way more experience, younger. I'm impressed. I think this guy's UFC talent. He's going to be in the UFC after this fight. I think he destroys Theo Haig. I don't know, maybe any round. It could be any round, to be honest.
It's
What do
going
you
to
got
be
here?
early. Yeah, it's going to be early. The biggest here. So I was talking with Dogfather. Let's shout out Dogfather. I love Dogfather. Smart guy, but he always argues with me about shit. I don't even know what he's arguing about, so we'll get there. But I just don't. I've actually waited for Theo Haig to fight. I was so sad when Bellator left because I was begging for them to give Theo Haig a step up because I was ready. Because the Bellator days, the guy was always minus 800 every time he fought, and I'm like, it's because he's fighting the worst guys on earth. That's actually the kind of the theme of this card is there's one guy in almost every fight who's literally just fought every shit can possible, and we're getting to the worst one. It's not even here yet. It's almost here, but not yet. His footwork is a disaster. Theo is flat-footed. He's plotting. He just he steps so awkwardly. And if you look at his stance, he's very square when he punches. His chin is wide open. He punches with his chin up. It's wide. It's slow. And then, I had mentioned that you can't grapple like that for 3 rounds. Like you can't just be hanging on guys and squeezing your legs and squeezing chokes. It doesn't work like that. And, a lot of people were pointing to the Debits fight. Like, oh man, his cardio looked good there. Okay. One thing or 2 things. One, Debits, awful cardio. That dude was more gassed from having his back ridden in the first round than Theo squeezing his legs. The second thing is Debits never even offered anything on the feet. There was zero danger for Theo to ever be scared of the barrier to entry, right? The thing that I love, and I didn't know who you were talking about when you said Mikkel. I only know him as Lord. That's the only way I address him, as Lord. Those guys they keep things in front of them really well. Even Mikkel has an amazing sprawl because the way they throw punches, they don't put everything on every punch, and they see everything in front of them. Cezary, amazing sprawl. It's the technical things like with Rasulov. Once Rasulov got him down, he definitely had a tough time getting up, right? He was stuffing the head, but that is a juicy, juicy Russian who's been wrestling his entire life. Theo Haig's wrestling entries are poor. He kind of waits on guys to bomb on him, and then he drops the level. But the issue with that on Cezary throws uppercuts. So you're going to drop your level. He's going to get knocked out with a knee or an uppercut right there. And the other thing is he puts volume together. He's at Fighting Nerds now. Like this guy's nasty. Theo is a complete disaster. This is round 1-2 knockout. This isn't really a competitive fight, in my opinion. And a lot of people are going to say, well, if he gets him down. But last thing I want to add, Cezary, I couldn't believe his record. So he's got 48 fights. Do you know how many times he's been submitted?
2.
Dead on. Twice he's been submitted in 48 fights. And he's fighting every Russian, every this guy, every that guy who's all got better striking than Theo, better wrestling, better cardio, better camps. Like there's a lot going for Cezary here. I don't really see much for the Theo side outside of a sub-1, and I guess you can use that as a hedge, but I think Cezary is going to flatline him pretty spectacularly, honestly.
I have a hot take for you, Brandon, or some info.
Okay.
Take a guess. Don't look. How old was Cezary when he first fought? Amateur.
Oh, no. I kind of know this because when you look at his I'm going to take a guess. I don't actually know, but you look at his old tape and I couldn't even recognize him. He's skinny. He's like a little noodle. Now he's put on size. He's got tattoos. He was probably like 15 or 16, I would imagine.
14 years old, bro.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And that's the other thing we didn't even mention now that you say it. Look at the guys he's fought in the amateur scene, bro. Like some really good guys as well in the amateur scene. You guys might not know him by name, but if you look at like a guy like Rutkowski, man, like this guy's really, really good. KSW guy, he lost to him early on. He was probably fucking 17 when he fought this guy. And yeah, I mean, the guy's a ton of experience. I mean, fucking 40 fights in the, or 30 some fights in the amateur scene. And he's only 25. Like, bro.
Bilal Muhammad said that I was sandbagging because I have 10 amateur fights. This dude's got 30. Like, what the hell?
I think he's one of the best prospects in Dana White's Contender Series this year. That's my hot take. I was very, very impressed with his tape, man. Very impressed. I think he's really good, and he's only 25, bro. He's only going to get better. Honestly, I couldn't believe he was. I'm like, what? 25 years old?
Yeah, I thought he was like 35. Older.
Yeah.
He looked like he got a mortgage and everything.
Yeah. The man probably does have a mortgage, but all right, let's move on. It's the main event of the night. Brandon's favorite fight of the night. Another great main event back to back.
Jesus Christ.
What are we doing here? It is the 7-1 Jack Congden versus the 8-2 JPL John Paul Lebosnoyani.
Snoyani. Lebosnoyani. There we go.
Lebosnoyani. There you go. We'll go with that. Go ahead.
All right. I don't have much to say here. I just want to break this down because I just thought this was so funny to watch this. One, Jack Congden, every fight the guy has is fucking amazing. I don't smoke anymore, but if I did, I would love to just get high and just watch Jack Congden fights all day long. Every fight is fucking all out, dramatic, unbelievable. Like, it's the most excitement I've had in some time, trust me. But let's take a look at his record. I just want to do this really quick. Okay. Paul Teague. If you guys know Paul Teague is very famous for getting one shot knocked out in every league possible. BKFC, Power Slap, MMA, and this one was no different. 45 seconds, round one. Paul Teague is one of the worst guys on the planet Earth. Only surpassed by the next guy on his record, Jay Ellis, 16-107. And then he knocked out Trevor Goody, who's 6'7", but literally the worst chin on earth, and is currently 4-6. Okay, so then we move up to Sam Watford, who I'm pretty sure is like 40-something. They list him at 26, but I don't.
26. This guy, he goes back in age. He goes backwards. Like when his birthday comes, he goes down a year. Just so you know.
I was pretty sure because I taped him before for a fight. I think against that Ali guy or whatever, and yeah, he was like 40-something. So he beats him. My internet keeps crashing. And then he lost to Piersma, which obviously the only real guy he's fought. Kieran Bowen was the guy they always brought into Bellator to get melted by guys. Ali Zebian, if you watch that fight, was pathetic. He looked like 3 weight classes smaller than him. And then Zach Davis gave him everything that he could handle, and he's not very good either. And then you go against a guy who's JPL. If you guys don't know about JPL, everything that I've heard is since he was a child, he was almost like, do you ever remember the Todd Marinovich story? Do you know that guy?
Go ahead. No, I want to hear that one. What's that story? Marinovich, the football player?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The guy that went to the Packers.
I went to the Raiders.
Raiders. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, so his mom was a USC cheerleader. I think his dad played football. And so they got together and they're like, look, we get one shot at this. We're going to create the perfect human being, perfect quarterback. So there were stories like he would go to parties and like he had to bring his own cake, and it was like no sugar and no flour. He was on a diet since the time he was, wherever, football coaches, quarterback coaches. And then by the time he got to USC, or I can't remember where he ended up going to college. I think USC. Phenomenal. They said he was the most technical quarterback of all time. And then he hated the push so much, he ended up going off the rails and doing all the drugs and, living a good life. But JPL actually reminds me of that. He's been a phenom since he was a kid, a jiu-jitsu phenom, him and his entire family. He's got the best training partners. He moved camps a bunch of times. I think he's where he's supposed to be now. He's a jiu-jitsu phenom. His takedowns are awesome. His striking's actually gotten a lot better. The head kicks, he moves so well. He's handsome. He speaks well. This is a ridiculous matchup to me. Honestly, he should be, in my opinion, minus 800, minus 900, and that's only based on Congden's toughness. But I think he's just.
Damn it, we lost Brandon. Oh, there he is.
Knock him out every once.
Sorry,
last thing. JPL inside the distance is just good as free money, in my opinion.
Yeah, man. I watched this Congden guy, and one thing comes out of it. He's tough. Very, very.
That's not what you want.
Very robotic in his striking. Very, very slow hands. Flat-footed. He's just kind of looking. It seems like he has power in his hands. I will give him that. He has some power in his hands, but super hittable. You mentioned that last fight. He was fucked up bad. Eye is fucked up. I mean, he was bleeding all over the place.
I'm going to be honest. That was the coolest knockout I think I've ever seen in my life, though. Getting the shit kicked out of you and then just one punching the guy and walking off with your face cut open. Fucking sick.
And this guy is 9-8. I mean, 9-8, 36-year-old. I mean, the other thing I have to mention, and I have to mention this because I truly think this is a pathetic league. I'm sorry if anybody's a part of it, but Cage Titans sucks. And it's from, that Northeast area, And if you look at this guy, did you know, Brandon, this guy's never fought out of Cage Titans ever? Ever?
Yeah, you can tell because they keep setting him up with every easy matchup.
Amateur and fucking professional. He's never fought of Cage Titans. He's trying to show you his Cheech and Chong shirt, I think.
Whoa.
Is Brandon?
No, I was trying to turn on I didn't realize I didn't have the light on this entire time.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Parisma was landing on this guy, bro. Like Parisma wobbled him like once or twice. I'm super high on JPL. Like I watched him, the fight that he lost in LFA against Jacoby Jones, where Jacoby Jones basically split him open with ground and pound. Jacoby Jones has good wrestling himself, and I don't know. It seemed like an adrenaline dump, honestly, from JPL in that fight where he kind of got caught tired and Jacoby Jones did his thing. Jacoby Jones is a good fighter. Don't get me wrong. I don't think he's a bad fighter, but it seemed like more of a cardio dump type of thing with him there. But the guys faced way better fighters. Keegan Ginrich is not the best fighter, but has good grappling, has very good cardio. And he just went in there and did his thing against them, and like you mentioned, I think they're putting him in the main event spot for a reason against this guy.
They know who the face is. The dude's handsome. He speaks well.
What did they do last week, Brandon? What did they do last week? They put a guy that shouldn't be in the cage in Trent Miller in the main event. And honestly, I don't even think that Brazilian's any good, to be honest. I don't think he's very good. But like, right here, Congden, if JPL wants to take him down and sub him, it's going to be this easy, honestly. Really easy. I think he should take him down. Like, why even fuck around in the striking? I do think JPL, I do think JPL's way better, way faster, way more variety on the feet, But I think, like, if he takes him down, it's a wrap, in my opinion. He's going to sub him.
It's just called path of least resistance, and not enough fighters do that.
And I think that's the one knock I have on JPL, honestly, is that he's so good on the ground, but sometimes he just decides to strike with a lot of guys, which I don't agree with. Like, I don't think he should be doing, because he is a little bit hittable on the feet. He does get hit. And because he's always trying to kill his opponents on the feet as well. So I feel like defensively, he's a little bit void. And against a guy like Congden, who I do think has power, I don't think that's like a very good thing to do. Just fucking take him down and sub this guy, or even ground and pound. Because if you watch the fight against, that's the other thing, against Parisma, when he took him down, Brandon, it was not only a takedown, it was straight to mount every single fucking time. Straight to mount, straight to mount, straight to mount. I'm like, what the fuck does this guy?
And I would take JPL by a long shot over Parisma also.
Yeah, and that's the issue. Like, he's getting mounted. So I would caution people, honestly, because I do think he could sub this guy easily. Be very careful, because JPL could get to mount and absolutely rain on this dude. Bad. Maybe even flatten him out and ground and pound him. So be very careful not playing, like, being excited with the sub, because I do think it could be ground and pound KO as well.
That's exactly why I just said do JPL inside the distance. Don't get cute with the styles, because he's been talking about recently, he wants to show off his striking and how much he's developing.
Oh, no. Don't say this.
That's all he's talked about. And that's why the Keegan Genrich fight, he was like, all I want to do is strike. So I would just be careful with the method, but I think he's going to do it either way. And the other thing about jiu-jitsu guys, myself included, the second we get touched, like actually get touched, we just go back into what we know. We're just going to start wrestling anyway. So, and
takedowns are going to come free, to be honest, when he wants them. And like, it's just a big mismatch.
I have a theory, Narco. You want to hear this?
Go. Do it.
I think that Dana is betting on each of these fights, and he's just loading the deck. He's just making mismatch after mismatch.
After last week, and probably the prior weeks as well, there's been so many fucking mismatches. I agree with you. Like putting some of these guys together is just insane, man. Like, I mean,
why is Congden here? This is crazy. I ask this every week.
Because he's great. I'll tell you why. I got the best answer for you. Why is he here? Because he's a great highlight reel. That's why. Literally, he's a highlight reel for the opposite guy.
How do you think Jack Congden would do an ACA?
I mean, you love that ACA, but these guys would like toy with this guy on the ground.
I just like to use that as my metronome because there's ACA guys that aren't getting signed, but Jack Congdon is here, and so I'm just saying, like, if they're trying to be all fair and equal, how do you think Jack Congdon would do against some dagbeard Russians?
They would toy with him. I think, maybe play around a little on the ground, and
you're being polite. Thank you.
Similar to what John Paul is going to probably do to him to come tomorrow. So, yeah, I like him here. I mean, enough said. I think the last two guys in Cezary and JPL, if you just parlay them, which I did, hint, at minus 135, I think probably should
Easy
be
money.
closer. Yeah, I think probably should be closer to like minus 350 or something. Parlay.
I totally agree. And if you want to get extra crazy, do them both inside. That's extra crazy, but both inside the distance. And then I would say the Tommy fight over a round and a half, the Henrique and on Ho fight under 2.5. I think we both like ends by knockout. And then I can't really see the Nalo Silva fight going the distance either. I think that's ending under 2.5 also.
Yeah, I think to me, that's probably the best, like, closest fight in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, I guess McMillan fight could be close. We just don't really know too much about McMillan. But damn, Michael is mad at me.
I was gonna say, can you put that one up, please?
Michael is mad at me. He says that the slander is not gonna go unpunished.
No, because you know what this guy does is he goes on and finds the biggest shit cans. One guy's 1-9, one guy's 1-10. He's like, trust me, guys, the 1-10 guy, he's got the edge.
1-10 guy's better.
He just did it last week. This guy.
Yeah, it's crazy that they have lines on these. I think sometimes on MGM, these Cage Titans.
I wish I had an MGM still here in Arizona because.
Me too.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Because a lot of them are like, you can kind of pick out which one is the better of the fucking worst fighters. But yeah, you can pick out like which one.
Well, anytime that MGM or DraftKings is originating their own lines, that's why I made $1 million. Nobody knows that. But DraftKings was making their own bare knuckle lines, fucking idiots.
Yeah. All right. Appreciate everybody. 400 people, live viewers, all come in, like I say, to watch Brandan break down these fights, not me.
No, come on, man. You're the star.
Brandan is him. He knows all these guys. So, I mean, you got more info, way more info than I can ever give.
Last week, you come with nuggets every week that I learn stuff. You're deep diving. I'm just chilling, vibing.
Yeah, I like to, I'm more of I'm a tape guy, obviously, but I love listening to interviews because it kind of gives you like insight on their life. Sometimes they say certain things that, will give you some hints of what they might do, not that they always will do it, but, I like to listen to everything before I place that bet. So yeah, it helps out. I think every bit of information helps us when it comes to betting. So yeah.
And I've actually trained with two of these guys on the card and almost a third, because I almost went back to Paragon to train with Chapelene.
Which is crazy. Yeah, you've trained with McMillan and Ho. So that's some nuggets from my guy Brandan. Appreciate you. Brandan, on the way out, let the people know where they can find you, what you have, that Patreon and everything in between.
Yeah, look up Santino DeFranco on YouTube. Thank you guys. Most of the guys that are on your chat are still on ours also. I'm fighting in 2.5 weeks, so ready for that?
Wait. I mean, as a co-host, you don't even tell me you're fighting? Well, what the fuck's going on here?
Yeah, fighting in 2.5 weeks in
Where? Where are you fighting?
Lights Out Championship, Drake Flores, 130 pounds. Short notice.
Where?
LA in Long Beach. Long Beach.
Oh, fuck. I thought it was local. Damn it. Long Beach, California. Good luck to my guy Brandan.
We're gonna go handle business.
He doesn't need luck. It's all skill, baby. But thank you guys for joining. My Discord's down below. Brandan's Patreon down below. Also the link. If you don't have Bet Online, you don't have sportsbetting.ag, a clone. Link is also down below. Believe me, you guys need that if you're betting MMA. It comes in handy on openers, on everything else. But thank you again to everybody. Good luck tomorrow. And let's cash those tickets for Dana White's Contender Series Week 4. See y'all later.